I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Mike.
Wow. My mentor, he put so much of a burden. He put so much of a burden for me to achieve something at such a young age. And I knew in order for me to achieve what he had set out for me to achieve, I had to look at myself, regard myself greater than what I was. In other words, I had to fake it till I make it, and I didn't want to let him down, so I had to just put that mean guy look. He had once told me, he said, I just wish you were bigger. I said, what do you mean, big? He said, I wish you had a body like Ken Norton, wide shoulder, because, I'm pretty small for the big guys at that time. And he said, like, wide shoulder, because you could intimidate guys. And that just blew me. I said, this guy said so much about me. He wants me to be heavyweight champion. He said, I'm not big enough. And he said, size, he's the one who told me the size don't mean anything, but it was the intimidation factor. He said, intimidation is the most magnanimous factor in life. You know what I mean? To have somebody intimidated. It's not like being afraid. It's like being intimidated when you allow your feeling to just shatter where you no longer can perform. And this guy just had me totally overwhelmed with his appearance. And I said, wow, how am I going to do that? I said, don't worry, I'm going to do it. Because he was like my father. I never really had a father figure. And so I can understand these guys like Barry Bonds and Pete Rose. And these guys, when I had that, when you want to make this guy proud, this guy wanted this champion. And I wanted to do that for him.
When you would enter the ring, already popping sweat, you'd have that black poncho on, cut off sleeves, black shoes, no socks, black trunks. As soon as you stepped in the ring, the other guy across the ring, what were you thinking? I mean, because he was thinking, oh, that's my ass.
I don't know. I was just thinking, this is what Cuss wants me to do. Like, sometimes when we talk about Cuss, like, people say, they think I'm crying. I'm not crying for, like, sad. When I look at Cuss the kind of guy, he wants me to be the kind of guy to kill everything in the room that's moving. That's the kind of guy. He's just strong. He's a very strong guy. He is rough. I can never live up to that standard. I can never teach a kid what Cuss taught me, because it was just that energy and that mental belief in yourself and confidence. It's almost to a megalomania perspective, you know what I mean? And I said, how did a guy do that? This guy told me at 12 years old and told me you're going to be the next heavyweight champion or the youngest heavyweight champion. But he said it so convincingly, and I just said, okay, I'm going to do this. He said, now, when you get a lot of money, you got to be careful of the gifts that you get from people. He said it as if I was champion right now. He was just preparing me. He didn't know me from the man of the moon, and started saying these things to me. And I got so consumed with this stuff, I didn't know what greatness was. I was only 12 or 13 from the hood. I don't know what greatness was. I said, well, explain that. And he said, you don't know that isn't know what greatness is? He said, greatness is doing the most difficult thing in the world. The most difficult thing is to be done. And do it with the simplest of ease. I said, really? You think I can do that? Absolutely. Are you ready for the task at hand, young man? I said, yes. And what else am I going to say? What else would I say? I wasn't ready for it, but I said, yeah, okay, let's do it. But he kept me enthusiastic. If somebody else would say, talk to me, he said with so much enthusiasm, I said, wow, this I thought I was champion already. And I was the first part to think like you were the champion. Even at 13 years old, to think that way. I was still losing fights at 14. I lost fights, but he never forgot that he was looking at the process. And the progress I was making, even though I lost fights, I was still making progress because the guys that were fighting was the best in the world. I'm just a kid. I'm like 15, 14. I'm fighting guys 30. You know what I mean? And it was crazy. But I'm just saying, wow, this is just a remarkable man that has so much belief in me.
Well, how many people could handle that, too? I mean, you're the money, the fame, at that age, you're the champion, the baddest man alive.
I don't know. Like I said before, I just had to regard myself as greater than what I was in order to reach that status. I don't know if I was ever the baddest man on the planet. A guy, I'm just fresh and bone. Somebody could take a bat and check me. But the fact is I had to believe that I was. And I was known as to reach that goal for my mentor and father figure. That was the whole objective. We have a goal. And he said, even when I die, this is so interesting. Excuse me, I'm not speaking well because my
You just came back from the dentist, right?
But he had I went to a school dance when I was like 15, and it was a witch hunt to find a fighter to beat Larry Holmes. Right? He had beat Ali so bad, and everybody, Carl Williams, man, everybody was trying to get a fighter to beat Larry Holmes, and I was I was at school dance, and it was over at 11, and the car wasn't going to come. The cab wasn't going to come till 11:30. So I said, "Cuz, I'm gonna be home late around 12 because the cab would be here at 11:30." He said, "11:30, man, we gotta wait up here. What up? You don't got no time to wait no 11:30. You gotta run. You gotta knock out Larry Holmes. You got no chance to wait. You better run right now." And I had to run with my clothes and my shoes, and I ran home. You know what I mean?
How far?
It was like 3 miles, 4 miles. I was only 15, but I ran home. You know what I mean? We have a job to do. We got to beat Larry Holmes. I was only 15 years old.
Wow. And how many years later before you got Larry?
15, and then I was 21.
Here's what Larry Holmes told me after you knocked him out. He said that it was the only time he ever was in the ring with another fighter where he could feel that the other guy was really trying to hurt him. He said he was very intimidated.
I don't know. It had nothing to do. My mentor prepared me that way. I'm really not that kind of guy. I'm really like, I started off like a scary, timid guy, but I met him, and then he made me some kind of gongorious monster. I don't even know. It was just scary, you know, that you could become that way if you have somebody that you admire and look up to. You only have to have somebody that you look up to and admire, and he can make you anything you want.
How do you avoid stuff like what happened? And tell us what happened with the situation in L.A.
I don't even know. You know, this is the real story. I was coming from Europe. It was like 12 hours, 10 hours. I was really out of it. And my wife and us, and there was some guy taking pictures. In my mind, this is what I'm thinking. I'm saying, well, oh, this is a brother. This is a black guy. This is a brother. I let him get some pictures. You know what I mean? So next thing I know, he's getting a little overbearing with the camera. Cause I said, excuse me, now you got enough pictures. And then he bumped my wife. He hit the baby camera. I said, oh, wow. And I'm trying to explain to this guy, but he's just filming the camera like, okay, keep on. Yeah, this is. And I don't know. I had to. I stopped and he hit me with the camera. But he probably didn't mean it. But I felt insulted. I felt that he had looked at me like I didn't even matter with all arrogance, and I struck him. I shouldn't have done that. No, I shouldn't have done that. But wow, I was just.